G'day Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet, and working tonight, New Year's Eve, so I'm going to be missing the game, but more about that later. But just taking a quick break before it all heats up again. Welcome to picturesque posh Sydney, beautiful sights and sounds. Now, I've been thinking about the game a little bit, I've been thinking about what our potential lineups could be. I'm a little concerned actually, a little concerned with the amount of players we've got out at the moment, and I'm just thinking that if I see Davies and Royale at centre back, doesn't inspire me with confidence, and then we've got to think about the midfield, and the midfield really quite underperformed as a unit last week. I wonder if the options are slim though, aren't they? This is the problem. You've got to choose between Sarr, who I think is a shoe-in, Højbjerg, Lo Celso, Kulusevski's suspended, of course, so that takes him out of the picture. I think it's a sort of game actually where, look, Ange is going to do what he's going to do, and I've heard some inside knowledge about Ange and how he's dealing with one of the youth players anyway, and word on the street is that, I won't say who it is because I don't want to drop anyone in it, that Ange is really encouraging the youngsters. He's telling them exactly what they need to do to get into the first team and get a debut on, it boils down to showing a bit more intensity in training, a bit more confidence. Don't be afraid to show yourselves a bit more, and the kids are getting there. Whether the kids are getting there are going to get there in time for Bournemouth tonight, I don't know. Look, I'd love to see it myself. I'd love to see it. I think I've just run my course with quite a few players at Tottenham at the moment. I'm looking forward to the window. Hugo's definitely gone. It looks like with a bit of luck, Dyer and Højbjerg are going. Problem I see that with the game is progressing the ball out of defence, and Davies and Royale have shown that they're just a bit lacking in that area. Whatever you say about their defensive skills, which I think are a bit average as well, they don't have that ability to take the ball on the half turn from Vicario and either dribble and run with it like a Bentancur or a Bissouma. Or a Madison. They just pass it straight back, and so we see Big Vic having to resort to lobbing it over them. And last week, really, even though that was the case, if you did have, the other midfielders I mentioned, they would often come back, grab the ball, they would take control of the game, and off we go. So I think we might struggle a little bit. Tonight. And I'm expecting that, I'm expecting it. I'm not expecting great things. Of course, I always predict the win for Tottenham, and always a stupid score, because sometimes it's going to happen, and then I can clip it and say, look, I got it right. Confirmation bias, that's what this channel's all about. Forget all the times I get it completely wrong. Let's just remember the good ones, eh? Up front, Son, Richarlison and Johnson. I've got patience for Johnson. I hear he's getting a little bit of flack, and I get it, but I think we've been quite lucky this year at Tottenham. I can't remember a time where I've seen three new signings: Van der Ven, Madison and Vicario. God, how can I forget Big Vic between the sticks? They just settled into the team almost immediately, didn't they? And I can't recall a time seeing three players getting into it so quickly. Brennan Johnson, I'm going to take the Chris Waddle approach with him. When we signed Chris Waddle from Newcastle, it took him a while to settle in. A few months. But you could see each game he was progressing, and there were glimmers of why we bought the guy. And I think that's the case with Johnson. So I've got patience for him. I've got patience. He was Ange's pick, so I'll stick with that, I think. And it might take a few months for him to fire up. I like his speed. He looks very dynamic. It's just when he gets into the box, you know, what he does with it, then he quite often makes the wrong decision. But I'm sure he'll get it right. He seems to have a good attitude. I think that's half the battle. So let's see if he comes good. Maybe it's tonight. So midfield, man, I don't know. Look, centre backs, I'd love to see Dorrington and Phillips, because I think it's a free pass. We might get smashed, but I'd be willing to accept that risk. It's just a question of whether they're ready or not, isn't it? That's the thing. The other thing about Johnson is he has been injured a bit. It's not like he's had steady game time since we bought him, so it's been a bit disrupted. Same with Phillips. In midfield, could we see Donnelly appear? I'm not sure about that. I probably think we'll go with, you know, Lo Celso, I'm fed up with. I really am. Sarr, and probably Skip. I mean, that's what it's going to be, isn't it? And that's the way Tottenham is at the moment. We do need a few more windows to get rid of these players that, you know, have really, some of these players have let us down time and time again. You can't rely on them consistently. Last week, you know, on reflection, as I said, our midfield was non-existent, so we couldn't play the ball out from the back at all. The midfield really wasn't pressing the ball. It was almost like they were hiding. I heard Irish Hotspur David Harris mention, and I'd agree with this, that Højbjerg seemed to pull out on a couple of challenges as well. Maybe he's just keeping safe for a transfer, which is not good. It doesn't look as if he wants to be here anymore. So, you know, he's one of the players. Lo Celso, he's been at the club 4 years. Over a 4-year period, he's basically done bugger all. So I'm not impressed with him at the moment. He's got to do a lot to get back in on good books. And, you know, even if he has a good game tonight, is he going to have a good game next week? If Davies and Royale play, what version are we going to get? Are we going to get the good version that maybe you get for 2 or 3 games in a row? Or are we going to get the crappy version, the hesitant version, not very good on the ball version? Although Davies did bang in the header last week, but it was a bit of a consolation goal. Maybe we'll see Valise given a chance. Now that he's got his debut goal out of the way and he's got his celebration out of the way, maybe it'd be nice for him to score a goal and have an uncontroversial celebration. I like the look of Richarlison last week. I thought he was a bit unlucky. You know, they weren't bad misses he was doing. He was just a Nats cock offside a couple of times. So, I don't know, man. I don't know how it's going to go tonight. I'm usually really positive, but, you know, we've got these players that Ange is probably going to have to pick from. I don't know. We need some transfer windows to rotate this lot out, so we have a strong. The aim is you want a 25-man squad that are all capable of playing first-team football, not what we've been doing in the past, which is have a very strong first 11 and then backup players. I'd rather have good players that can all compete for first team goes, so no one's too comfortable. But you know, that's pie in the sky at the moment. I'm sure we'll get there eventually. We'll see how January goes. But of course, my prediction for tonight is going to be 4-2 for Tottenham. I think we're going to get a double from Johnson. Let's get him in there, and maybe one each for Richarlison and Son, and I'd be happy with that. But I don't know. Now, because I'm working tonight, taking all the lovely people that are seeing the sights of Sydney, I've been walking without even knowing it. I won't be watching the game live, so I won't be doing live watch along. But what I'm thinking of doing is, and it depends how I feel when I get home because I'm working through the night, is I'm thinking of doing a live watch along but delayed. So I'm avoiding all news and all scores tonight. I'm going to switch my notifications off on my phone so I don't get anything found out, and just do a live watch along because I'm going to watch the game anyway. So I thought, well, I might as well stream it for a bit of laugh. I'll probably fall asleep during the game if I'm tired, but of course I'll have all comments switched off because I don't trust you internet nutters out there to give me hints. I won't even be looking at the view account because I'm pretty sure if it goes up, I'm thinking, oh no, there's a goal somewhere coming here and they just want to watch me lose my shit or celebrate. So what I'll do is I'll watch it, and then I'll have a chat with people afterwards. So I don't know. I've just got a funny feeling about tonight, you know. And it's not because Bournemouth are on form, you know, because we beat Bournemouth at their place 2-0. I don't know. I'm just nervous about the players, man. I'm nervous about the players, and I can't wait to February. I really can't wait to February. It's only a month away. It's only a month away, and we'll see, because we at least get some injured players back, and we might have some new personnel. Hopefully we'll get some through the door next week, but who knows. Anyway, I hope you all have a fantastic new year, even though it's not happening for a while for you lot. Yeah, it's coming up to 9 PM here, so it's about 3 hours away. I hope you have a wonderful 2024, and if you're out in the morning, I might in my morning, I might see you then. But you know, let's see how we go. Peace and love, man. Peace and love, and Colin, you Spurs.